former executive secretary of the National Health Insurance Scheme, NHIS, Professor Usman Yusuf, says even if 1 million TUCANO jets are deployed against Fulani herdsmen by the federal government, the problem of banditry will not be solved due to the militarization of the process. Professor Usman, who spoke at a policy, dialogue and cultural festival organized by the Miyetti Allah Katahore Fulani Social-Cultural Association in Abuja, said banditry was a social problem that will not go away with the use of military force but through dialogue. At the interactive section with the theme, The Future of Fulani Pastoralists in Nigeria, which was the first of its kind with the aim of addressing the challenges confronting the Fulani ethnic stock in Nigeria, Professor Usman, who delivered a keynote address at the session, said attacking banditry with military might would only force the bandits to get more desperate and adopt new strategies. Banditry is a social problem and Nigeria is increasingly militarizing it. There is a role for the military, but there is not going to be a military solution to banditry anywhere in this country. Even if 1 million TUCANO jets are deployed against the bandits, it will not solve the problem. You can have 1 million TUCANO jets, you cannot solve this problem. Only if we all come in to solve this problem, and it is not time to blame anybody. We are all in this mess together, and somebody told me we are all bore this pregnancy and gave birth to this monster called banditry. We are all responsible for this problem, directly or indirectly, and the soldiers are called to clean up the mess. I told them, military, you can't do this alone, he said. Usman also alluded to the fact that the menace of banditry is fueled by drugs supplied from southern Nigeria and arms supply from the core north and neighboring countries like Niger. In 2018, Professor Usman ran into troubled waters when he was suspended by the then Minister of Health Isaac Adewale over allegations of misappropriation of funds, high-handedness, nepotism, misconduct, flagrant disregard for superior authority, and use of inappropriate words on a senior officer. He was specifically accused of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) of misappropriating 860 million naira budgeted by his agency for training in 2016, disrespect for rules in the award of contracts for the supply of e-library equipment and award of media consultancy contracts to his brother, and the payment of funds to contractors before supply of goods in connivance with the heads of finance and audits at the agency. Professor Usman's suspension order was carried out when Vice President Yemi Osinbajo was the acting president, but when President Muhammadu Buhari returned to the country from a medical trip, the ex-NIS boss was immediately recalled and reinstated. However, Buhari, in early July 2019, finally dismissed Yusuf as Executive Secretary of the National Health Insurance Scheme. The Director of Media of the Health Ministry, Boade Akinola, said the termination of Mr. Yusuf's appointment was based on the recommendation of a panel of inquiry which the Nigerian government asked to probe allegations of fraud and abuse of office are made against him. Well, as a media platform, we should hold the leadership accountable and not treat the rights of press freedom and free speech for a piece of cake. Well, almost everyone is selfish, but when you are trying to be selfish, you have to balance your case. You are telling us that millions of TUCANO will not solve the problem of banditry and try to shift blame from the southern part of the country, that it is through dialogue. But when you hear about IPOB, it is the same Fulani that all over the place, everywhere, every nook and cranny, they are there committing havoc. Have you ever seen Nnamdi Kanu and his people going outside their territory to commit havoc, and the havoc that is being perpetrated in Southeast, we can now see those who are behind it, so that all of them will be together. That is just the from onset. That is just the way I see it. The unrest happening in Southeast is just a case of, oh, it's not going to be only from the north. Let us see it from the southeast part of the country, so that it won't be only the north. That is just what it is. Because when you see the Igbos, their make is not to destroy. They don't take lives. They are not violent. That's just the only thing you can talk about them is, okay. And everybody likes money. They love business. Forget money, because everybody loves money. Forget all they say. Hey, they love money too much. You can do anything for money. Everybody loves money. Don't tell me you don't love money. Everybody loves money. Everybody loves convenience. But the only thing you can talk about them, they are good in their business. They are good in their business. When it comes to business, you can't beat them. When you talk about being selfish, everybody is selfish. But when you talk about business, they stand out. They really stand out. So nobody should come and tell us and give us a cock and bull stories. So when you see the make of all these Fulanis that you are talking about, they are whatever, whether you want to put them as northerners, they are violent in nature. So you can't compare them. But when it comes to IPOP issue, because things are not going well, let us have a referendum. That's what we are talking about. And you are telling us it is not in the constitution. And you cannot say, oh, let there be dialogue. But when it happens in the southeast, all of you begin to shout. Now you are telling us that, and now you are making us to believe that these guys, they carry guns. They are the ones all over the place. They are the ones killing people, the Fulanis. Don't ask me that I should tell you. Why should I be saying that? Go and ask the governor of Katsina State, Masari. He said it himself. He said it. They know the issue. Ask El-Rufai himself. He said it himself. The governor of Katsina, Masari, said it, that most of these atrocities being committed left, right, and center, they are Fulanis. They are the Fulani people. Did you accuse him? Did anybody accuse him? So they themselves, they know. They know. You are telling us they have to resort to dialogue, they have to do this, they have to do that. But when it comes to other people, oh my goodness, you don't even want that the government, they should be they should be dealt with. Because you people are not ready to stop sponsoring terrorism, and that is why you are saying that TUCANO or millions of it will not solve the problem, because you are not ready. It is not clear that the solution is for all weary and stupid South and South politicians to our agitation for secession and put an end to all these evils, national threats. These are the type of people that should be invited for questioning on security threats. The wounds. Who will invite them? Their kinsman who is busy pushing ethnic and religious agenda. All of you will get your reward. Who made this ego a professor? He must be arrested outright. He forget. When you talk about this, when these people talk, that is what we talk about. When they talk, when these people from that end, when they talk anyhow. Nobody should scrutinize them. But if this kind of statement is coming from the Southerners, they will not tell you are educated. You don't have to say it like that. You have to be politically correct. You have to coin your words. Oh, these words you are saying, or these things that you are saying is capable of causing trouble all over the place. It's a threat to national security. That is what you'll be hearing. But from their own end, they can open their mouth and say anything, and nobody will accuse them. And that is the problem we are having. Those who are taking, is it not a Gumi that said they were pushed to the wall? That is why they are doing it. Of course, this use Usman and Gumi, they are in the same category. They are in the same school of thought. They believe in the same thing. So I'm not even surprised anyway. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this. Thank you.